It was real good to finish off, victorious in the Rock. It kind of got down a little bit, obviously, when we were down by 10 points, but it's kind of I guess kind of the definition of our senior class of kind of what we've been through here, with the some of us coming in and winning 12 and then turning around and losing 12. It was kind of fitting for us to win like that. It was nice.
Lance, can you talk about as a senior, one of the guys, fifth-year guy, who's been here since the highest highs and the end and the lowest lows? What's it mean to you to be part of the group that's leading Southern Miss back?
I mean, obviously it's great. There's been a lot of hard work put into it, and I don't want to discredit the people that came before us and put in the hard work too. The past couple of senior classes, they were working just as hard. Things just didn't fall into place for them like it has for us this year. It's really nice. I came in and won a championship my freshman year, and some people might not remember this name, but Creighton Elms, the old snapper, texted me Saturday before the game and said, "Hey, you came in with a championship. It's time to leave with a championship." So it's fun to communicate with guys like that, and this has been nice to bring the program back to where it was when I got here.
So you won your first year, and then after the 3 years that ensued, how much more could this one mean to you, and how much more would you appreciate this opportunity?
Oh, well, first off, winning this one would mean a lot to me because I didn't play for the first one. I was the backup and I got to travel and all that stuff, so I got to be a part of it. But my cleats never actually got on the field to be a part of that. So while I was a part of it, I didn't necessarily play for it. So this one would obviously mean the most to me.
Is there a change of attitude or a change of emotion preparing for La Tech and everything on the line this week?
Well, I mean, obviously everybody in the locker room knows what's at stake, but we're going to stick to our process and know that the La Tech game is all that mattered. What happens if we win the La Tech game? That's after that. I think it's been pointed to whenever the schedule came out. We all kind of sat around and looked at it and saw, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do and they do what they're supposed to do, that it's going to come down to this. So while we haven't been looking ahead all season, we have been looking forward to this opportunity because we knew what it was going to mean if we handle business like we have.
Safe to say there won't be any time to practice any trick shots this week.
Oh yeah, definitely not. Just got to worry about getting it to the punter and the holder for this one. So.
Coach Monken said you're the best snapper he's ever coached. Has he ever told you that in person?
No, he hasn't. Coach Monken's been around a lot of good football teams. He's been in the NFL with a lot of good snappers. So that's nice to hear. But at the end of the day, I have a job and I'm here to do that job. So, but to hear that from Coach Monken is very nice. He has a lot of confidence in me and I'm glad that he does. So.
How did you get to the point that you got to as far as being such an excellent snapper?
Well, my first couple years of snapping, I think we had probably the most punts of anybody in the country, if not close to it. So I definitely got a lot of practice at it. That's for sure. But it's just something that I do every day. So Nick's great at throwing passes. I better be perfect at throwing 14-yard passes if that's all I have to do all day, every day. So it's just a thing I like to call perfecting my craft. That's what the specialists call it. So you go out there and work on what you're supposed to do every day, and everything else will take care of itself, hopefully.
Lance, one of the aspects around the program that's got a lot of attention this year has been the change in the strength and conditioning program. For a guy that's been here through several different ones, just tell us a little bit about what you think Coach Woodfin and his staff have meant to the team this year.
Well, a quick little background on Coach Woodfin. Me and Coach Woodfin went to the same high school. I don't know if a lot of people knew that. He actually married the daughter of my preacher that I went to when I was a little kid growing up. So growing up, I was always hear these updates about how Zach Woodfin is doing in the NFL or how he did in college and how he's doing in the NFL Europe. And that going to say, it's just so I've known Coach Woodfin or known of him for a while. And when he got here, just it was a total turnaround of the way we thought about things. The way we thought about getting up and coming to workouts in the morning. It wasn't a job. We were coming up here to run and work out in the morning so that everything would pay off like it has this season. And him and his staff just do a great job from mindset to nutrition. They're always trying to feed us. He's always got food out there for us. He's always trying to get us hydrated. And he's just he's been an excellent addition to the staff, and it's really changed the mindset of this team more than anything.
Speaking of nutrition, what happens on Thanksgiving for you guys?
On Thanksgiving, we'll normally have a early morning practice or a walk through, and then the kids that live close enough to get back and go home for dinner or lunch that they can. But Coach Monken and his staff do a really good job of inviting people to their house. Every single coach will have a Thanksgiving meal, and all players are invited to any coach's house. Coach Monken said on Sunday, everybody will be with somebody. No nobody would be alone. So they, ever since I've been here, they've done a really good job of getting everybody together for Thanksgiving and making sure nobody has to spend that special holiday alone.
It's going to be hard to kind of lay off some things you maybe would want to eat or eat more of with everything that's on the line. Or...
Yeah, absolutely. It's Thanksgiving's fun, but I don't think some of the linemen probably should eat as much as they want to. Weigh themselves down for Saturday.
So I'm assuming no pie.
Yeah, probably not that.
How did you get started snapping?
I was in high school. There was the snapper for the high school team asked me to catch some snaps one day when I was in 9th grade, and I said, yeah, if you show me how. I already played center at the time, so I figured I might as well learn how to do that as well. And he showed me, and I did it for the 9th grade team that year. And this I never did it until my senior year of high school. That the same guy that showed me was a year older than me, and so he did it his entire time, and I just played center. And we needed one my senior year, and I was the backup the other time, so I just kind of filled that role. And when I realized I wasn't going to be big enough to play college offensive line, I started pursuing the route of a long snapper.
Did you walk on?
No, sir. Coach Fedor and his staff offered me a gray shirt here out of high school, and so that means I was going to come in January. I signed in February, but I was going to come in the following January. And I was going to hang out at home, take some hours online. And then they called me about 2 weeks before camp started in 2011 and said that the backup snapper quit and they had a scholarship, so come on. So I went from sitting on the couch and was going to wait till January to getting brought in 2 weeks before camp and being part of a championship run. So that was kind of interesting.
You're kind of known for some of these trick shots, I guess what you call them.
Yes, sir.
Are they all true, and what's your favorite one that you've done?
Yes, sir. They're all true. Some definitely have taken more time to film than others, and longer to film than others. My favorite one's probably the one of hitting 3 bottles off Casey in the locker room. I like that one just because it shows a lot of trust with Casey and I. He doesn't really care that I might hit him in the face.
Tell me, I don't know what.
Oh, okay. He's sitting in the locker room. He's holding 2 bottles on his hand and then one on top of his head, and I knock them all off. And he doesn't flinch one time, so it's kind of impressive on his part of not moving and trusting me to do that.
What kind of bottles?
2 Powerade bottles and then a milk jug, I think, was on top of his head. Or the Powerade bottles might have been on his head and the milk jugs were in his hands, I think.
You ever hit him in the head?
No, I never did. Casey knows how to catch a football pretty well, so if it came close, he would catch it.
Specialists are people too.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the key word of it. Is specialists are people too. Key words of it.
I always heard specialists were a little strange.
Yeah, definitely we are. I mean, I don't think every day you see people filming videos of knocking stuff off people's head or just going to spend an hour trying to hit a basketball goal from the top of the stadium. So yes, we are a little strange. So.